Welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to the dceu Daily. Remember, you can follow me and tag me on Twitter at MoviesTVMad. Now, the other day someone asked me a question. They said, why don't you speak as soon as you start your video? Here's a tip for you prospective future YouTubers. If you use the basic built-in camera in your laptop, if you speak as soon as you press record, your sound will be distorted and it will cut out. So you have to give it about 5 to 7 seconds. Anyway, that's my tip of the day. Now, admit it. The other day when we did the Super Bowl event over on Twitter and Zach re-released an HD version of Black Suit Superman and Ray Fisher's touchdown video, you thought to yourselves, is that it? Is that all we're going to get? Well, that doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It's a natural reaction. But ultimately, this is Zach's baby and he can raise it any way he wants. But Zach made up for this because he posted a very interesting black and white video from a screen from a distance of Steppenwolf slicing the absolute shit out of the Amazonians, and Screen Rant are all over this. It just displays the darkness in this film, the brutality in this film. This is the Steppenwolf we expected. This is the Steppenwolf from the comics. And what Joss Whedon gave us, well, I don't want to talk about it, but I'm sure Screen Rant will go into it. This is by Rachel Labanotti. Justice League clip reveals violent version of Steppenwolf versus Amazons fight. Zack Snyder's latest tease from his highly anticipated Justice League shows a clip of the violent brawl between Steppenwolf and the Amazons. A new clip from Zack Snyder's Justice League teases a more violent brawl between Steppenwolf and the Amazons. Director Zack Snyder was originally the one behind the camera for the DCEU's Justice League, but following a family tragedy, he stepped away from the project midway through production. Warner Brothers brought Joss Whedon in to complete Justice League, but he changed much of what Snyder originally had planned. Fans were ultimately displeased by this, and they campaigned for Warner Brothers to release Snyder's original version of the film. This culminated in last year's stunning announcement that the Snyder Cut of Justice League will be released on HBO Max in early 2021, basically the 18th of March. Now, Justice League is just over a month away, and anticipation is steadily building. For his part, Snyder has continued to tease his long-awaited DC movie, with recent tidbits including an image of Jared Leto's Joker and a high-res version of last summer's clip involving Superman Henry Cavill in his black suit. Fans don't need to worry. Snyder is revealing too much. His cut will be 4 hours long. Snyder's latest tease is a video straight from the editing bay, posted on his Vero account. Snyder slowly zooms in on the scene playing out on screen, which is of Steppenwolf's Kieran Hines' intense battle with the Amazons. The filter Snyder used makes it hard to discern major details, but it's clear this is a brutal fight between warriors. The post can be seen down below. So, a version of this Steppenwolf versus Amazon battle was included in the theatrical Justice League, but like virtually everything with the Snyder Cut, it will be different this time. For one thing, Snyder's Justice League is rated R, so expect a lot more violence in this clash. Even with the filter in the above video, one can see there's no holding back. Most likely, this sequence is just one of the reasons Justice League is now getting a bump up in the MPAA rating. Even though the Snyder Cut is getting closer and closer every day, the promotional campaign is just getting started. Snyder just confirmed yesterday another Justice League trailer will arrive next Sunday, which could provide some exciting new footage. So far, only one proper trailer has been released. 2 if one counts the re-release trailer with a small amount of new shots. It will be interesting to see if the latest clip falls in line with the previous style, or if Snyder will take things in a new direction. Either way, there's a lot for Justice League fans to get excited about. There certainly is. And someone made a great suggestion to Zack Snyder over on Twitter. How about on Sunday, we see a Red Band trailer? This is a really good idea. Why is this a good idea? Well, the film's R-rated anyway. And so there's only a certain age group, that should be allowed to watch the trailer and the movie anyway. So this is mostly going to be accessible to adults. As Zach told Scott Mendelson months ago, this is for grown-ups. And so a red band trailer would be absolutely fantastic, seeing some brutality and displaying what this film is actually going to be. Again, I'm surprised Zach posted this. I didn't know he was going to do it. There's never any warning with Zach, and it's brilliant. Just to see Steppenwolf, carving the absolute crap out of the Amazonians. Not that I don't have any compassion for the Amazonians. I love them. They're heroines, aren't they? They're awesome. They're epic. But, it's just great to see the brutality. This is a proper, real, gritty, robust film. And it's going to be very exciting to finally see it. This is not the theatrical cut. This is not a director's cut of Whedon's version. This is a director's cut of Zack's original Justice League. And we all can't wait to March the 18th. So, a fan called Eric, Annie Rice Lover, asked Pony Smasher David F. Sandberg this question. I know Snyder wasn't involved with Shazam like he was with Wonder Woman or Aquaman, but were you in contact with him on what he had planned to help line it up with your film? Like how James Wan kept his film connected to Zack Snyder's Justice League and not the theatrical version. Right, so this is what David F. Sandberg had to say to this. No, I've never met or spoken to him. I don't even know what's happening with the Black Adam movie. And that's a Shazam character, so I'm not really in the loop on these things. I've just seen Snyder's movies and made Shazam as if those events were real. But also DC toys exist. So this is very interesting from David F. Sandberg and very honest, unless he's joking and trolling, which you never know with David, as we've discussed before. So it was great of David and great of the studio to do the Easter eggs for Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice in Shazam, and I always respected that because it makes it part of a bigger universe. But when he says, I'm not even in the loop about Black Adam, he's not in communication with what's going on Black Adam, if this is not a troll or a joke, this is very, very concerning. This is not how a shared cinematic universe should work. How can David F. Sandberg not be in the loop about Black Adam? How can he not? What does that say about Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, that it has no connection? It's weird. It's weird. Now, basically, Shazam and Black Adam are not supposed to fight and meet to Shazam 3. We already know that. Those details have already been explained to us. And so, in that element, it's not a big deal. But surely David F. Sandberg should be in the loop about what's going on with Black Adam. It would absolutely help him with the development of Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods. So I find that really, really concerning. And again, I'm going to mention the MCU. And if maybe you like the MCU or you don't like the MCU, it's not about whether you like it or not. It's a successful shared cinematic universe. And everyone is connected to every film being made. Feige knows everything because Feige is in control of everything. And so for him to say he's not even in the loop about Black Adam really concerns me, troubles me, and I find it somewhat embarrassing. So he goes on. He says this because he's asked another question by Connor Thomas. Pony Smasher, how much creative control do you and other directors really have individually on telling of your film? I'm assuming there are almost like showrunners for these mega series, right? Question mark. So this is what he says. I can only speak for Shazam, but I felt I had a lot of creative control. I think the biggest disagreement on Shazam was some song choices. I wanted Elvis for the Powers testing montage. Studio wanted Queen, but Elvis or Queen is kind of a win either way. So there's actually a thread here, so let's read out what he actually said. The reason I wanted Elvis was because he was a big fan of Captain Marvel Jr. and based his stage outfit on him. Wow. But I have to admit that Queen works really damn well in that scene. So, and the song he's talking about for the kind of the training powers montage was A Little Less Conversation. Again, it's great by David F. Sandberg to be speaking so honestly to the fans. Even though I was a bit triggered about what he said about Henry Cavill not being in Shazam, even though he didn't give a definitive answer to that, it's always great for these creators to come onto social media and answer fan questions. And I think a little less conversation would have been amazing. But ultimately, it really doesn't matter. And by the way, a little less conversation was used in Smallville Season 2 when Clark was trying to hone in his heat vision powers. Do you remember when Jonathan was telling him to focus? And then he's thinking of Lana, or he's thinking of something else, because basically when he's sexually aroused, the heat vision comes into play. So he's got to control that, obviously, otherwise he's gonna heat vision every fit woman out there, isn't he? And so they did use that track in Smallville, so it has been used in a DC project before. So it looks like that Walter Hamada did give David F. Sandberg a lot of freedom, but there was a plan in place always with Shazam to be part of this larger universe and the Black Adam universe. But all I'm saying is, if it's true that he's not in the loop, mainly for Black Adam, my main point really is for David F. Sandberg, because he's a smaller director who came from YouTube. Do they not respect him? Don't they think he has a right to be part of what's going on with the larger universe? If this is true, Walter Hamada, you need to change that, because David F. Sandberg deserves more respect. He deserves your respect. Yes, there's been a lot of promotion and marketing for Superman and Lois. A lot of stills been posted. A beautiful one of Superman, and comicbook.com have been talking to the showrunner. Superman and Lois showrunner reveals what makes it stand out from other superhero shows. The upcoming Superman and Lois will mark the 7th show to be added to the CW's Arrowverse, and one of probably half a dozen new superhero TV series that will premiere in 2021. Marvel Studios alone will debut 5 live-action shows and 1 animated series on Disney+. Shows such as these are as popular as ever, but at the risk of oversaturating that market, each show needs to do something to make itself stand out from the rest of the crop. Luckily, this was something that they had at the front of their mind when developing the spin-off of Supergirl and the other shows. Whenever you do any of these shows, you want to make them slightly different. Showrunner Todd Helbig said in a TCA panel via Deadline, "We just approached this as much as we could like a feature, from the aspect ratio to the cinematography, and we can tell that from the trailers, can't we? To the look, to the design of the house and farm, we are competing with shows on cable and streamers. We wanted to be able to do that and offer audiences something of equal quality." Series co-star Elizabeth Tulloch, reprising her part of Lois Lane from the Elseworlds and Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover alongside Tyler Hoechling's Man of Steel, also opened up about the differences in the series and other shows, noting that being told the writers were comparing it Friday Night Lights was what sold her on the series. "It was really grounded and really real," she added. "Part of what I'm hoping audiences respond to in our show is that this couple, even though she's the dynamic journalist and even though he's Superman, are incredibly relatable, and they are dealing with the same issues that normal people deal with." Set in Smallville, Superman and Lois will see the titular couple deal with some major life changes as they try to navigate professional and family life challenges, made all the more complex given that Clark is Superman. A secret he can't keep from his sons, Jonathan, Jordan Alas, Little Fires Everywhere, and Jordan Alexander Garfin, the Peanuts movie, anymore. The series will also feature a number of characters from the larger Superman story, including Lana Lang, Emmanuel Chiriqui, and Lois's father, General Sam Lane, Dylan Walsh. Looking forward to seeing him. Superman and Lois will premiere on Tuesday, the February of 23rd at 8 p.m. ET PT on the CW, followed by Superman and Lois Legacy of Hope at 9:30 p.m, which rounds out the 2 hours of primetime programming following the 90-minute premiere. So it's a very big thing for the CW and Warner Brothers. I can also tell you that HBO Max, Warner Brothers Television, and the CW will be working together from now on, from here on forth, to do these things together. This looks like a merger of everything, because I have heard rumours, and I'm sure you have as well, that CBS want to sell the shares of the CW. Very good news for me. I think the CW is a thing that will conglomerate like the DC Universe streaming service with HBO Max. Sooner or later, everything will be on HBO Max and there will be no CW because broadcasting networks are dying. It's not the future right now. Unless the internet goes down forever, then we'd have to return to broadcast networks. I believe that the CW will have a portion on HBO Max, you know, where you can go and watch their shows. So probably there will be no proper CW network in the end. But listen, I do respect what Todd and WB are doing with Superman and Lois. The aspect ratio is shot like a feature. You know, we're talking about 45-minute movies every week. But this show hasn't been commissioned for a second season yet, unlike the other CW Arrowverse shows. That's interesting. Is this just a mini-series? Will we see more of these? I think this is a test case to see if they can be successful. Also, I suspect something else, that after this first season, the second season will be exclusively on HBO Max. This will not remain an official Arrowverse CW show. And in fact, in season 2, it will be on HBO Max. I suspect this because things like Legends of Tomorrow, who haven't even broadcast their next season yet, are already getting a new season. Why isn't Superman and Lois? They're pumping a lot of money in it. It's HBO Max money. That's why. The future of Superman and Lois will be on HBO Max. The future of Superman and Lois will be this multiverse strategy. It's part of a bigger picture. And for me and for you, that should be incredibly exciting. The leadership of Jason Kilar and Ann Sarnoff in the newly formed Warner Media has been something fantastic. And John Stankey at AT&T. Those three people have been incredibly supportive to Zack Snyder and his fans, us. And Jason Kilar has responded to Sanj Heath, who makes this request. Marvel has activated emojis for Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, which has March 19th as the release date. Hopefully, emojis will be activated for Snyder Cut hashtags soon on trailer day. So, basically, Jason Kilar was tagged in this, and Jason responded to this saying, very interesting idea, Sanjeev. We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. And basically, he's got an emoji with the little magnifying glass in the eye. So, I think they've already got this in mind for the Snyder Cut. Now, I didn't know that Falcon and the Winter Soldier would release a day after Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut. That's interesting. And this is a competition, like it or not. These are two rivaling companies against each other. What's going to have the bigger hype? We know any Marvel project is covered by mainstream access media. We know that. And we know they're going to be interested in Zack's Snyder Cut of Justice League, right? But which one is going to get them more viewers? Now, look, if we're talking about a fight here, it's a difficult one for Zack Snyder's Justice League. As hyped up and the interest that there's going to be, an MCU project is a big thing where everyone kind of goes to. And so I am interested in this. I am interested to see who wins this war. Will the Falcon and the Winter Soldier be as popular and hyped up? Well, of course it will be hyped up by the studio and the streaming platform, but will people like it as much as they are liking WandaVision? That's interesting. But make no mistake, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Snyder Cut, is a very hyped up thing. It's something that many people have been looking forward to. Even the people who hate Snyder, as I said a billion times before, will be checking this out. And so just the day afterwards, interesting, because the hype level will start with Zack Snyder's Justice League a day early, but then there'll be a lot of hype and attention on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, without being biased, comment down below. Who do you think is going to win that war? Of course, my biased heart and mind would say that Zack Snyder's Justice League has everything to win this fight. But again, the MCU is incredibly successful and incredibly popular. And also, will it be any good? But if you are interested in Zack Snyder's Justice League, it being 4 hours long could be a plus or a negative. You see, if you start watching it, but then you kind of lose interest, which I don't know why you would, you might sneak over to start watching the first week's episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You see, I never wanted Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut to ever be a series, but the beauty of it being a weekly posted series means the audience could watch one episode, go over a day later and watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it wouldn't matter. But now this is a 4-hour movie, which is exactly what I always wanted. I'm not complaining about that. It's going to be interesting if that's a plus in the battle against Falcon and the Winter Soldier or a negative. Comment down below, like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with even more DCEU Daily. See you again soon.